Good morning, students. Today we'll continue the chapter Pollination, and today we will be studying about the agents of cross pollination. Agents of cross pollination. There are especially two agents: insects and wind. Insects and wind, which help in cross pollination. But there are some flowers also pollinated by certain animals like squirrel, bats, etc., and also by birds. Some plants are pollinated even by water, the plants which live in water, aquatic plants. So first we will see about the insect pollinated flower. It's also known as entomophilous. Entomon means insect and phily means affinity. So here we will see a pea flower. You can see a complete pea flower, and here the petals are having a different name, and that's why it is separately shown here. Here you can see the large petal that is known as standard petal. Here you see this petal here that is known as wing petal. These both are wing petal, and you can see a small structure here. This is known as keel petal. So these petals, wing petal and keel petal, they cover the male and female part. Stigma, style, ovary, and these are the anthers, stamen, and the staminal tube. You can see here this staminal tube, and one stamen is separated and 9 are fused together to form a single staminal tube. These are 9. It is not shown here, but here there are 9 stamens. So this whole male and female flower part is covered by this wing and keel petal inside. So when the insect visit this flower, they thrust their tongue inside here to get the nectar from the base of the flower. In that activity, this wing petal and keel petal depress down. The insect might have visited to another flower also, and so that they may be carrying, that insect may be carrying the pollen grains from other flower sticking in its body, and that pollen grain may fall on the stigma of the flower, and the pollination may take place here. In turn, that insect may carry the pollen grain from this flower to another flower, because the insect doesn't visit only one flower or two flowers. It may visit to number of flowers to get the insects. So this flower, insect pollinated flower, is having some special characters. The first character is the flowers are large. They are usually brightly colored to attract insect. They usually emit scent for attracting insect. They produce nectar, which is food for the insect. The pollen grains are sticky or spiny to enable them to be carried by the insect easily. The stigma is sticky and does not generally hang out from the flowers. So these are the few characteristics. At least 4 you learn. That is important. At least 4 characteristics you need to learn. And next we will see about the wind pollinated flower. Wind pollinated flower, especially very easily can be seen in maize plant. This is the maize plant. Makai, you know that nowadays it is very common we get it. So here you can see in maize plant you might have seen the plant. On the top you can see the female inflorescence, female flower, and this is the that is male inflorescence and this is female inflorescence. Here the stigma like thread like structure it hangs out. Here the stamens are there in that anthers. Pollen grains are very loosely attached. They are very smooth, loosely attached, so that with slight wind it can be blown to the stigma of other flower. There are so many pollen grains, so that some may fall on the stigma of the female flower, or some will go waste. And that's why, since it is wind pollinated, so number of pollen grains go waste, some may fall on the stigma, and the fertilization takes place. Pollination occurs, fertilization takes place, and the next process will fruit formation will be taking place. So some characters of wind pollinated flowers are: the flowers are small, they are usually not brightly colored and often dull green. They do not produce scent or nectar. The stamens are long and hang out of the flower to be exposed to wind, as you see here. The anthers are large and loosely attached to the filament so that the slightest wind may move them. Pollen is produced in very large quantities. Pollen grains are light, dry and smooth so that they can be easily carried away by wind. The stigmas are feathery and hang out of the flower to trap the pollen grain, as I have shown here. It is hanging out to trap the pollen grain. So fertilization takes place here. Now the next is water pollinated flower. Especially we can see in aquatic plant, that is also known as hydrophilus, and example is Vallisneria. This plant grows in water. So here the male flower is shown and here the female flower is shown, female plant flower. And this, when detached, this anther when detached, pollen grain move in the water till it visits the female flower. So this is the way pollination takes place in water plant. And next we will see about the artificial pollination. When man himself transfer pollen to stigma is called artificial pollination. In the ancient civilization of Babylonia, the common practice they were doing that in palm trees, female flowers stigma, they were bringing the anthers from male flowers and pollen grains from male flower and sprinkling on the female flower. It was very common method at that time they were doing. They were not knowing what is actually pollination or sexuality of the plant, but to get the good yield they were doing that practice. And now it became very important practice for the plant breeders and scientists. They sorry, they remove the anthers from the plants, anthers of the flower, and cover the stigma with the plastic bag, and they bring the pollen grain and sprinkle on that stigma when it matures of the desired plant, and they get the new varieties and good yield, and this practice is still going on. So dear student, here I complete my today's lesson. So please, as I have said, that learn the characteristics of each pollinated flower, four characteristics, and also the example of each. Please go through it.